What I want to consider here is the outlook for online retail, whether it's good or bad. Now there's lots and lots of factors that you could consider. I'm just focusing on a few big ones here. So looking at the year-on-year growth over the last 8 years, there's basically an identifiable pattern that we can pick out. Around about here was the deep depths of the recession after 2008. In 2010, you got this kind of big boost because we think that around that time, this perception that stuff was cheaper online kind of drove people to spend online away from the shops. That perception still seems to exist, by the way. Then you get this pattern of 2 years of declining growth rates followed by a boost. So you get it again there. So what's happening in 2013 and 2016 to boost that up? Well, it's new devices, basically. So the iPad came out in 2010. By 2013, the tablets were accounting for about a quarter of online sales. But that's not sufficient to boost it on its own. What's actually happening here is not just that there's a new device, it's that it changed the context in which people can shop. So whereas previously the peaks in the day were roughly lunchtime and just after work, the tablet changed it to being between sort of 9 and 10 as well. So you've got an extra one in there when people are sat on the TV sat on the sofa, watching TV on their tablet. What happened in 2016 is that you get the smartphone coming in. So we get these huge growth rates basically. And again, that changes the context because people can shop wherever because you take your phone with you everywhere you go. So if we look at smartphone growth rates over the last 2 years, March 2015, it was about 64%. The very following month, April 2015, it jumped up to 104%, a massive leap. And then after that, it stayed at this very high level, 90 to 100% plus, right up to March 2016. And then April 16 to October 16, when you get these high growth rates, they do start to come down. It's not sustainable. So between that period, during that range, you got 66 to 83%. November 2016 was an anomaly because you have Black Friday around that time, and that's when people really use their phones an awful lot more, looking at websites and things to get the best deals. But after that, we can see December 16 to February 2017. Again, you've got another tumble, so it's 48 to 57% is the growth range now. So what that would tell you is that this has kind of had its boost, and now it's going to start coming down again. So if that's going to start coming down, if you need things to be pushed up again, then logic would say, following this, that you need another device. So in 2019, are we going to get some new device? Is it going to be virtual reality or something where you're wearing a headset and nodding to pay for stuff or whatever it is? Or is it not going to be a device, but just a change in behaviour? So are people going to start buying through social networks using buy buttons, etc.? Is that really going to catch on? All possibilities. It's very difficult to say, of course. There is another thing that might be boosting online here, which is this a change in mindset, basically. If you remember in Black Friday 2014, there were all the problems in stores with fighting over TVs, etc. Black Friday 2015 changed quite a lot in that people just went online to do it, so the shops were empty. And it might be that kind of pushed people a lot more towards online. So 2015, the growth rates for each month were below really where we expected them to be, until you get to November 2015 when Black Friday was, when it jumps up, and then it stayed up, and hence we've got this big leap up to 2016. So has it changed behaviour a bit more widely? Very hard to say, but you also have this Brexit thing. Can you believe I get this far down before I mention Brexit? That brings all this uncertainty. So what happens over here, you don't know. We have inflation that's already biting in food and might be coming in clothing. The pound's been devalued, but this all creates opportunities as well as challenges, as they say. So is the outlook good or is it bad? I said I would consider it, but I did not say that I would answer it.